Hello dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am here to present the presentation of paper Technology of Meat, Poultry, Fish and Seafood Products, and the present module will be about the quality attribution of meats, which will be further explained to you by my co-author Mrs. Aarti.
Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Khan Nadia from Sant Longwal Institute of Engineering and Technology on behalf of Ms. Aarti. Today I am going to talk about Module 8 of paper number 8, Technology of Meat, Poultry, Fish and Seafood. In this module, we will be learning about different quality attributes of meat and factors affecting meat quality. Meat is an animal tissue that is suitable for use as food. It includes processed or manufactured products that might be prepared from these tissues. It also includes liver, heart, intestines, stomach, kidneys, etc. Main factors contributing to eating quality of meat and tenderness, juiciness and color. These are dependent on several metabolic and biological phenomena within the animal or carcass and including intramuscular content or marbling fat, the type and fatty acid content of the animal's diet and hence its carcass, maturation or conditioning effects, drip loss, and maintenance of the integrity of cell membrane, postmortem stress during transport and lairage, the potential to flavor meat, and the effect of feeding. The maximum quality retention at 30 degree Fahrenheit and frozen storage at 0 degree Fahrenheit. The quality of poultry is determined by the muscle development or flushing. A thin in coating of fat on exterior provides flavor and basting rather than fat within the muscle. Quality attributes of fish and seafood. The appearance and odor of fish are clues to its freshness. The skin of fresh fish is shining and iridescent. The eyes are full, bright. The gills are bright pink. Fresh seafood has a maximum quality shelf life of about 2 to 3 days, depending on its microbiological load and temperature controls used after catch. In this module, we will be discussing the factors affecting the meat quality and quality attributes of meat. Perception of meat quality by consumer. Factors affecting the meat quality include age, postmortem pH decline, water activity, carcass electrical stimulation heat, muscle location, temperature, thaw rigor, feeding, humidity, and cold shortening. Further, meat quality attributes which include visual identification, juiciness, tenderness and texture, color, smell and taste, and flavor. Meat is an animal flesh of mammalian species, pigs, cattle, lambs, etc. that's eaten as food, raised and prepared for human consumption to the exclusion of fish and other seafood, poultry and other animals. Usage varies worldwide depending on cultural or religious preferences, means different things to different people, between and also within countries or regions. Different criteria at each stage of production change will change over time. Meat quality is normally defined by the composition quality, lean to fat ratio, and palatability factors such as visual appearance, smell, firmness, juiciness, tenderness, and flavor. The nutritional quality of meat is objective, yet eating quality as perceived by consumer is highly subjective. Meat color is affected by many factors. The type of packaging used to display meat will influence meat color. A whole beef tenderloin packaged in a vacuum bag will normally appear purplish red in color. This is due to the absence of oxygen in vacuum package. Once meat is removed from a vacuum package and exposed to air, the surface of the meat will turn bright red. The interior of the muscle will remain purple because oxygen cannot penetrate to the center of the meat. Both purple and red colors are natural for fresh meats. Also, the fat and color consistency helps to evaluate the freshness of meat. Fresh meat has white and a bit of yellow fat, except old beef meat, its fat looks yellow, and fat is of fragile consistency and do not stick to the fingers. Fat of the old meat are grey and greasy. If the fat is red, it means that the animal was not bled enough or maybe is died in natural death. Or it means that the meat has been refrozen. Grip loss occurs during the conversion of muscle to meat. Meat and other animal food such as milk can make a valuable contribution to the diets in developing countries. The importance of meat in diet is as a concentrated source of protein which is not only of high biological value but its amino acid composition complements that of cereal and other vegetable proteins. It's also a good source of iron and zinc and several B vitamins, and liver is a very rich source of vitamin A. On cooking, develop or improve flavor, color, aroma. Effect on shrinkage on cooking. Muscle proteins shrink and moisture is lost. As meat is heated, muscle proteins coagulate and shrink, squeezing out water. The longer you cook meat, the more water is forced out. Extrudates, cooked flavor results from a number of reactions including change in lipids, carbohydrate and protein, with heat breakdown of peptides and amino acids and reaction between proteins and carbohydrates. If heated for long periods at temperatures above 80 degrees, amino acids begin to decompose with the production of unpleasant flavors. There are different factors which affect the meat quality, like effect of aging. Animal aging causes darkening of meat due to increased levels of myoglobin. Muscle location. Muscles which are free to shorten during rigor mortis are generally less tender. Feeding. Animals should not be allowed to forage for several weeks before slaughter. Instead, they should be fed a grain diet. Electrical stimulation. It's one of the widely used methods of improving the tenderness of beef and lamb. Some muscles yield more tender meat than others. Muscles which are free to shorten during rigor mortis are generally less tender. Another factor affecting meat tenderness is the strength and usage of the muscle. Temperature. Meat and meat products require low temperatures for storage to make sure that the growth of microorganisms will be retarded. Chilling is done between -1 to +4 degree or inhibited by freezing, preferably in the range of -18 to -30. Humidity. In some special field of meat processing and storage, air humidity is of importance. Coming to the water activity, the minimum moisture content necessary for microbial growth varies with the single species of microorganisms and can be expressed in terms of minimum water activity required. So students, now we will talk about effect of age on meat quality. Animal aging causes darkening of meat due to increased levels of myoglobin. Tenderness is also greatly affected by age. Although meat usually becomes less tender as the animal ages, this is not the case during periods of rapid growth when meat actually becomes more tender. This is because the connective tissue which causes toughness is diluted during periods of rapid growth. Although age is a factor in meat tenderness, it plays a less important role than factors such as muscle location and animal condition. Meat flavor also intensifies with age. The flavor of meat of older animals, especially sheep, may be so intense that some may find it objectionable. Diet plays only a slight role in final meat quality. Starchy foods and sugars fed before slaughter can help restore depleted muscle glycogen levels to allow development of a normal post-mortem pH. Grass contains high levels of beta-carotene which can be stored in fat, giving the fat a yellow color. Consumers often perceive meat with yellow fat as having come from an old or diseased animal. An undesirable grassy flavor may result from compounds found in forage. Consumption of wild onions and garlic can also give an undesirable meat flavor. For these reasons, animals should not be allowed to forage for several weeks before slaughter. Instead, they should be fed a grain diet. After slaughter and exsanguination, lactic acid builds up in the animal carcass, causing a decline in pH. The rate of pH decline and the total drop affects final meat quality. Under normal conditions, low pH values are not reached until the carcass has reached temperatures which are low enough to prevent excessive protein denaturation. If lactic acid builds up too quickly, resulting in a rapid pH decline, denaturation of the muscle protein can result in loss of tenderness of the meat, loss of juiciness, and less intense or pale muscle coloration. In the extreme case, this is known as pale soft exudative condition. At the other extreme, muscle which has a very high pH during conversion to meat may be a dark, firm and dry condition. The paleness of meat increase is inversely proportional to pH. This is caused by increased scattering of light within the meat. Myofibrils are strongly birefringent. They can rotate polarized light. Particularly, the A band and birefringence is inversely proportional to pH, peaking around the isoelectric point. Thus, as pH declines post-mortem, the backscattering of light is increased, so that the meat appears more pale and there is a decrease in forward transmittance of light. Similar changes in light scattering related to pH may be observed in living muscle recovering from contraction fatigue. After slaughter and exsanguination, lactic acid builds up in the animal carcass, causing a decline in pH. The rate of pH decline and the total drop affects the final meat quality. Under normal conditions, low pH values are not reached until the carcass has reached temperatures which are low enough to prevent excessive protein denaturation. If lactic acid builds up too quickly, resulting in a rapid pH decline, denaturation of muscle protein can result in loss of tenderness of the meat, loss of juiciness, and less intense or pale muscle coloration. In the extreme case, this is known as pale soft exudative condition. At other extreme, muscle which has a very high pH during conversion to meat may be a dark, firm and dry condition. Effect of thaw rigor and cold shortening on meat quality. When meat is frozen before the onset of rigor mortis, a more severe form of rigor mortis will set in upon thawing the meat. This is called the thaw rigor. When this occurs, several muscle contractions will cause the length of the muscle to shrink 60 to 80%. The resulting meat is very tough and lacks juiciness. When meat is not frozen but is stored between 32 and 59 degree Fahrenheit, cold shortening develops, which is similar to but less severe than thaw rigor. Muscles which are not attached to the skeleton are the most severely affected, but there will also be some undesirable effects in those which are attached to the skeleton. Beef and lamb are particularly susceptible to this condition, but it occurs in other meats as well. Carcasses with lower fat content lose their heat more quickly and will be more severely affected than carcasses with higher fat content. Electrical stimulation can be used to prevent cold shortening, especially in beef and lamb. Effect of carcass electrical stimulation on meat quality. Electrical stimulation is the widely used method of improving the tenderness of beef and lamb. It may also be used on turkey and veal. Although it might be used for pork, greater care must be taken to prevent PSC. Electrical stimulation causes the carcass muscle to contract violently and hastens the conversion of muscle to meat. The pH level drops more quickly than usual and rigor mortis sets in more quickly than in non-stimulated carcasses. Electrical stimulation protects against cold shortening and may improve meat tenderness, color, and appearance. It also hastens the development of quality characteristics such as bright red muscle color, muscle firmness, and marbling. Aging time of electrically stimulated beef is also reduced. Due to the enhanced quality of meat and reduced costs, electrical stimulation has become more widely practiced in recent years. Effect of humidity on meat quality. In some special field of meat processing and storage, air humidity is of importance. In cutting rooms, the humidity of the air should be below the level which could cause vapor condensation on the surfaces of the meat being deboned and cut. Vapor condensation may enhance bacterial growth. Storage chillers for fresh meat require a balanced air humidity that does not cause wet surfaces on the meat with resulting accelerated bacterial growth, but on the other hand keeps evaporation losses low. The relative humidity recommended for this special purpose lies in the range of 70%. Chambers for the maturation of raw hams or dry sausage of the salami type require controlled air humidity starting from 90 to 95% and after a certain period finalizing the process at 70 to 75% relative humidity. This procedure is important for the balanced drying and ripening of the products. Suitable instruments, hygrometers, for the exact measurement of relative humidity are therefore needed. Effect of water activity on meat quality. Water activity is the free water available for microbial growth in a food product. Free water is that part of the water content that can be eliminated from the product in the form of water vapor. Hence, the term water activity is defined as the ratio of water vapor pressure measured in the product and the pressure of a saturated water vapor atmosphere at the same temperature. This physical definition is used in connection with a number of meat products whose keeping quality depends on their water content. Microorganisms need a certain degree of moisture to be able to grow on foods. The minimum moisture content necessary for microbial growth varies with the single species of microorganisms and can be expressed in terms of minimum water activity required. The keeping quality of dried meats and meat products without refrigeration depends on their water activity. Dried meat such as biltong, char, etc. reach a sufficiently low water activity to be shelf stable. However, water activity should decrease as fast as possible as slow drying could cause deterioration in a prolonged phase of the process with a still high water activity. The situation is more complicated in the case of products which cannot be dried too intensively, such as dry sausage or raw hams. The water activity of these products is relatively low but would still allow the growth of some undesired microorganisms. Under these circumstances, an appropriate shelf life has to be ensured by the combination of several inhibiting factors, that is water activity, content of salt and curing ingredients, and the acidity of the product. Meat quality attributes. There are different quality attributes of meat, including in visual identification. Quality of meat is based on color, marbling, and water holding capacity. Marbling is small streaks of fat that are found within the muscle and can be seen in the meat cut. Marbling has a beneficial effect on juiciness and flavor of meat. Meat should have a normal color that is consistent throughout the entire cut. Beef, lamb, and pork should also have marbling throughout the meat. Smell is another quality factor. The product should have a normal smell. This will be different for each of the species, that's beef, pork, chicken, but should vary only slightly within the species. Any rancid or strange smelling meat should be avoided. Juiciness depends on the amount of water retained in a cooked meat product. Juiciness increased flavor helps soften meat, making it easier to chew and stimulates saliva production in the mouth. Color. Color is dependent on the oxidation reduction potential of the environment, maturity and chemical state of hemoglobin and myoglobin, pigments responsible for meat color in the meat. The color of vacuum packaged fresh meat is dark purple. This color indicates that no oxygen is present within the package. Tenderness has been related to several factors such as the animal's age, sex, or the muscle location. Flavor and aroma are the intertwined to create the sensation the consumer has during eating. These perceptions rely on the smell through the nose and on the sensations of salty, sweet, sour, and bitter on the tongue. Several factors affect the meat flavor like type of species, diet, cooking method, and method of preservation, for example, smoked or cured. The visual identification of quality meat is based on color, marbling, and water holding capacity. Marbling is small streaks of fat that are found within the muscle and can be seen in the meat cut. Marbling has a beneficial effect on juiciness and flavor of meat. Meat should have a normal color that is consistent throughout the entire cut. Beef, lamb, and pork should also have marbling throughout the meat. The way meat looks either as a carcass or as boneless meat cut has an important impact on its objective or subjective evaluation. Grading is an objective evaluation method in this context. Traditional methods of carcass grading after slaughter involve the aspect of beef or pork sides, poultry carcasses, etc. Skilled graders are able to classify different carcasses by checking the size, the volume of muscular tissue, fat layers, etc. Although in modern grading procedures, more and more technical equipment has been incorporated, visual methods are still in use. They can be of special value in most developing countries where no extremely sophisticated methods are needed. The way consumers or processors check the appearance of meat is subjective. Differences will be registered in the relation of lean meat and fat, including the degree of marbling or in the relation of bones and lean meat. Furthermore, unfavorable influences can be detected, such as unclean meat surfaces, surfaces too wet or too dry, or unattractive blood splashes on muscle tissue. Tenderness has been related to several factors such as the animal's age, sex, or muscle location. Aging is one of the important methods to tenderize meat. Carcasses are aged by holding them at refrigeration temperatures for extended periods of time after slaughter and initial chilling. Texture is a degree of meat fineness or coarseness. Texture measurement can be visually touched or chewed. Texture is usually associated with the hardness and structure of the meat. That's the level where the meat may have a shape and certain hardness and can affect meat quality. Texture, hardness, and structure of meat are influenced by several factors, including the water holding capacity, rigor status, marbling fat, connective tissue content in meat, and muscle bundle size. Meat with high water holding capacity will have a stronger structure and a dry texture. Conversely, if water holding capacity is low, then flesh is soft, moist texture or watery, and toughness of meat is lost. Size of meat fibers. Old animals tend to have large muscle fibers, hence the meat is coarser in texture. Activity of the muscle. Cuts of meat taken from areas of a carcass that receive much exercise, for example, chuck roast taken from the shoulder area contain more connective tissue and are less tender than cuts such as tenderloins obtained from the interior portion of carcass and have received little or no exercise. Amount, kind and distribution of connective tissue. Degree of natural aging. This is the holding of meat after slaughter and passage of rigor mortis. It also influences tenderness. Some connective tissue will break down chemically when meat is aged naturally. As a result, the meat becomes tenderer. Mechanical means: pounding, cubing and grinding, marinades, soaking meats in wine, soy sauce or vinegar, and enzyme treatments, use of meat tenderizers, which can either be injected into carcasses or applied to the surface of cuts. These procedures can make cuts of meat more tender. These characteristics are related to each other to a certain extent because they have to be evaluated together for the reliable determination of a product's flavor. The smell of fresh meat should be slightly acidic, increasing in relation to the duration of the ripening period because of the formation of acids such as lactic acid. On the other hand, meat in decomposition generates an increasingly unpleasant odor owing to substances originating from bacterial degradation of the meat proteins, such as sulfur compounds, mercaptan, etc. The freshness of meat is generally indicated by its smell together with its appearance and color. Sorting out deteriorated meat is mandatory from the point of view of the product's palatability. It's also important because of the fact that bacterial contamination of meat in decomposition could be accompanied by food poisoning, bacteria, pathogens which have a deleterious impact on consumers' health. On the other hand, The best fresh meat can also be heavily contaminated with food poisoning bacteria because these microorganisms do not cause organoleptic alterations by destruction of meat proteins. Food poisoning can therefore only be avoided by proper hygienic meat handling. The flavor of fresh meat can also be checked by putting small samples, approximately 10 pieces of 1 cm cube each, in preheated water of 80 degrees for about 5 minutes. The odor of the cooking broth and taste of the warm meat samples will indicate whether the meat was fresh or in deterioration or subject to undesired influences. For instance, rancidity of meat fat and a typical meat flavor due to feed and sex of the animal or treatment with veterinary drugs shortly before slaughter. Smell is another quality factor. The product should have a normal smell. This will be different for each of the species, that is beef, pork, chicken, but should vary only slightly within the species. Any rancid or strange smelling meat should be avoided. Color is dependent on the oxidation reduction potential of the environment, maturity and chemical state of hemoglobin and myoglobin, pigments responsible for meat color in meat. The color of vacuum packaged fresh meat is dark purple. This color indicates that no oxygen is present within the package. Under normal circumstances, the color of meat is in the range of red and may differ from dark red, bright red to slightly red, but also pink, grey and brown colors may occur. In many cases, the color indicates the type and stage of treatment to which the meat has been subjected, as well as the stage of freshness. In judging meat color, some experience is needed to be able to distinguish between the colors which is typical for a specific treatment or which is typical for specific freshness. Furthermore, meat deriving from different species of animals may have rather different colors, as can easily be seen when comparing beef, pork and poultry meat. The natural color of fresh meat, except poultry meat, is dark red caused by muscle pigment myoglobin. Fresh meat surfaces which have been in contact with the air for only a short period turn into a bright red color because of the influence of oxygen in the air. Oxygen is easily aggregate to the myoglobin and drastically change the color of the meat surfaces exposed to it. On the other hand, in the absence of oxygen, for example in meat cuts packaged in impermeable plastic bags, meat surfaces remain or become dark red again. The same conditions generally prevail in the interior of meat cuts which are not reached by oxygen. Change from dark red to bright red are therefore typical and are normal reactions of fresh meat. Meat storage. Meat and meat products must be stored at 28 to 30 degree Fahrenheit to ensure maximum shelf life and optimum flavor. Frozen meats should be stored at 0 degree Fahrenheit or less for shorter periods of time and at 10 degree Fahrenheit or less for long periods of time. Colder temperatures will slow the oxidation of fat, which causes rancidity and development of off flavors in meat. Temperature fluctuations during freezer storage causes ice crystal development and subsequent excess strip losses from meat when it is thawed. Frozen meat products should be packaged in material that conforms to the product and does not allow the evaporation of moisture and entrance of air. So students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this module. The tenderization process begins just after slaughter. Meat tenderization is breaking down collagens in meat to make it more palatable. Meat tenderization depends on different factors like stress, pH, pre-slaughter electrical stunning, aging, age, and influence of vitamin D supplementation. Further, various methods are used for meat tenderization like natural, mechanical, chemical, and marinating. Now, the several methods used for meat tenderization are: in natural tenderization, tenderization is done naturally. Mechanical tenderization, it is a method whereby fine incisions are made in meat by closely spaced, specially designed knives, which can cut the connective tissue. Chemical tenderization, it's the addition of meat tenderizing enzymes which affect the connective tissue. This method is used to both flavor and tenderize the meat. Marinating. Marinating is a technique to improve tenderness and add taste variety to the meat component of meals. The basic ingredients of a marinade include salt or soy sauce, acid like vinegar, lemon, Italian salad dressing or soy sauce, and the enzymes like papain, bromelain, ficin, or fresh ginger root. Meat which has been mechanically tenderized retains more of its natural appearance, shape, color, and weight. That's all about meat tenderization. Thank you.
Now you know the different quality attributes of meat which has been explained by my co-author. Now in the next module, you will be given the knowledge of meat tenderization and its different aspects. Thank you.